Welcome back to the news at 10. The Ogun State government is already getting set for the 2014 fiscal year. And in doing this, the government organized a town hall meeting to give the people an opportunity to speak about their major needs. Addressing representatives from the 20 local government areas of the state governor, Ibikunle Amosu, promised to initiate more development projects across the 3 senatorial districts of the state. In this hall are members of the organized private sector, market women and men, members of civil society groups, student groups and artisans. They're all gathered to contribute ideas towards the implementation of the state's 2014 fiscal budget. The State Commissioner for Budget set the ball rolling by highlighting some of the successes of the current budget.
The provision of transformers is another achievement. Transformers to communities across the state to enhance power supply, thereby boosting economic activities and empowering artisans and others who require electricity for their daily business.
And after listening to the Commissioner's speech, it was time for their comments and demands.
The issue of unemployment, youth unemployment in the state, it has become a challenge and it has become a threat to this community. And I think, as such now, we should look seriously into this issue very well.
The state governor assured the residents of more development, but points out that the dwindling allocation from the federal government is slowing down the completion of projects.
Our commitment to the mission to rebuild has actually been reinforced by the total support we have received from our people, despite the fact that in the course of implementing our programs, policies and projects, some inconveniences have been experienced by our people. I want to assure all of us that we shall soon overcome all these initial challenges in the similar manner that a woman does at childbirth.
Governor Amosu also promised to ensure better environment aimed at promoting the health of the people.
Guinness, made of more.
Indeed, it's time for some sports. Here's Charles Aruka. Charles.
Well, thank you, Ijoma. Welcome to Sports News. Nigeria's Golden Eaglets continued with their impressive display at the FIFA Under-17 World Cup as they beat Iran 4-1 to advance to the quarterfinals of the competition. 3 first-half goals from Samuel Okon, Kelechi Iheanacho and captain Musa Mohammed took the game beyond the Iranians, who appeared to offer a tough opposition after giving a good account of themselves in the early stages. In the second half, Musa Yahaya scored Nigeria's 4th goal before the Iranians got themselves on the score sheet.
Nigeria lead by 2-0. It's 2 goals in 2 minutes for them, and a 5th of the tournament for Kelechi Iheanacho. Awani fouled and takes the free kick very quickly. Oh, the clearance was poor, and it's resulted in a 3rd. Sasan Jafari's.
Meanwhile, the high-scoring Golden Eaglets will face a cracked tie against Uruguay in the quarterfinals of the FIFA Under-17 World Cup. The Eaglets will confront the South Americans for a place in the semi-final on Saturday, November the 2nd at 5 p.m. Nigerian time. African champions Côte d'Ivoire will square up with Argentina, which sent another African country, Tunisia, packing. Favorites Brazil will confront title holders Mexico, while Honduras will trade tackles with Sweden. In club soccer, Ivorian international Yaya Toure is the only African player in the 23-man list of nominees for the 2013 FIFA Ballon d'Or award. The Manchester City midfielder will jostle for the most prestigious players award with current holder Barcelona's Lionel Messi, 2008 winner Cristiano Ronaldo of Real Madrid, and UEFA Best Player Frank Ribéry. The 23-man list will be reduced to 3 in December before the winners will be announced on January the 13th, 2014 in Zurich, Switzerland. Well, that's it on Sports News. It's back to Joma for the rest of the news at 10.
Guinness. Made of more.
Now, on the foreign scene, the World Health Organization has confirmed 10 cases of polio in war-torn Syria, the first outbreak in the country in 14 years. The UN body says a further 12 cases are still being investigated. Here's Cynthia Are with more.
Polio is certainly the word on everyone's lips, at least for today. Before Syria's civil war began in 2011, some 95% of children were vaccinated against the disease. The UN now estimates 500,000 children have not been immunized. Polio has been largely eradicated in developed countries, but remains endemic in Nigeria, Pakistan, and Afghanistan. Also today, the U.S. Senate's Intelligence Committee has announced a major review of the country's surveillance operation. The committee's chair said eavesdropping on leaders of friendly nations was wrong. Pressure is growing on the White House to explain why President Barack Obama apparently didn't know about the extent of the intelligence gathering operations. Mr. Obama has spoken publicly of his intent to probe spying activities amid claims of eavesdropping on U.S. allies.
I'm not confirming a bunch of assumptions that have been made in the press, but what I have said is that the national security operations generally have one purpose, and that is to make sure that the American people are safe and that I'm making good decisions, and I'm the final user of all the intelligence that they gather.
Then, just getting water right? Certainly not. 2 Kenyan soldiers have been sacked and jailed for looting during last month's attack on the Westgate shopping mall. Julius Karangi told reporters that a 3rd soldier is under investigation. However, he denied there had been widespread looting and said there had been an attempt by the media to paint the soldiers as unprofessional. Plus, the ringleader of a white supremacist plot to assassinate Nelson Mandela and drive black people out of South Africa has been sentenced to 35 years in jail. The former university lecturer Mike Dutoit was convicted last year of treason for his leadership role in the plot after a trial lasting 9 years. 20 other members of his white supremacist militia were also jailed for between 5 and 35 years. In 2002, it attempted to overthrow the governing African National Congress. Finally today, after the gory incident which occurred yesterday, police in China have named 2 suspects linked to a major incident in Beijing after a deadly car crash in Tiananmen Square. The vehicle crashed into a crowd and burst into flames, killing 5 people. Police subsequently issued a notice to hotels in Beijing seeking information about 2 people from Xinjiang province. The note also described a vehicle and 4 number plates from Xinjiang, and that was the scene of sporadic violent incidents. And there you have it. Those are the top stories on the foreign scene.
Well, thanks a lot, Cynthia. And the main news again. President Jonathan today requested a date to present the 2014 budget to the joint session of the National Assembly. And from all indications, it appears the debate to consider the 2014 fiscal policy may have commenced earlier than expected. Well, that's the news at 10 tonight. Thanks so much for staying with us. I'm Ijoma Munyato. You have a good night.